The legend of the Trojan horse. Greek mythology tells us that the Trojan War was the origin of many legendary heroes and the creation of the famed Trojan horse. It all began with the story of Prince Paris, said to be the most handsome prince in the West. One day, while hosting a banquet with his vassals, Paris asked who could match his unparalleled beauty and stand beside him. The gods replied, saying that in the east, there was Helen, a golden-haired beauty renowned for her charm and elegance, who was the perfect match for the prince. The union of the most beautiful man in the west and the most stunning woman in the east seemed like a wonderful idea. However, Helen lived far away and was already married to King Menelaus. Unwilling to accept reality and determined to claim the beautiful Helen, Paris sought the help of the gods. Coincidentally, at that time, the gods were hosting a contest to decide the most beautiful goddess worthy of a golden apple. The competition was fierce among three goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Unable to determine the fairest among them, they decided to seek the judgment of Paris, celebrated as the most handsome mortal on earth. After speaking with each goddess, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, discovered Paris's heart's desire and promised to help him win Helen. Paris, in return, awarded the golden apple to Aphrodite. With Aphrodite's assistance, Paris took advantage of King Menelaus's absence and led an army to abduct Helen. When the king returned home and discovered his wife had been kidnapped, he was furious. Feeling dishonored and humiliated, Menelaus resolved to lead his army to Troy, reclaim Helen, and restore his pride. Thus, the legendary Trojan War began. The Trojan War was not just a battle between mortal kingdoms but also a rivalry among the gods. On Mount Olympus, the gods divided into two factions, each supporting one side of the war. As a result, the war dragged on for over a decade without resolution. Despite numerous attempts, King Menelaus's army could not breach the gates of Troy. Finally, they devised a clever plan. They constructed a massive wooden horse, claiming it was a divine offering to the Trojans. Inside the hollow horse, they hid their soldiers, ready to infiltrate the city. Rumors spread that the wooden horse was a sacred gift from the gods to Paris's army, and Menelaus's soldiers patiently waited inside it for the perfect moment to strike. Within Troy, a father and son duo of advisors uncovered the ruse and warned the leaders to avoid bringing the horse into the city. However, Ares, the god of war, commanded a venomous serpent to ambush and kill the two advisors. Menelaus's forces further fueled rumors, claiming that the two men had been punished by the gods for doubting the sanctity of the wooden horse. Convinced by the stories, the people of Troy opened their gates and brought the wooden horse into the city. They never suspected that it was filled with enemy soldiers. Under the cover of night, Menelaus's troops emerged from the horse, set the city ablaze, opened the gates for their army, and swiftly overran Troy. The Trojans were caught off guard and suffered a devastating defeat. From then on, the legend of the Trojan horse spread far and wide. Over time, the wooden horse became a symbol of deception in warfare, a tactic of cunning and trickery that turned the tide of battles. The end.